In the 40 years since the legendary Southern rock group, the Marshall Tucker Band, got its start, only one member has been through it all. Doug Gray is excited about celebrating those 40 years with a new MTB Greatest Hits album, as well as a new solo project. Lynn caught up with him to hear all about the new music.
We are here with Mr. Doug Gray from the Marshall Tucker Band. What an exciting day for me. This is so cool.
Well, thank you very much. I'm glad we're here.
It's exciting. And I mean, you have got a great project. You're coming out with the greatest hits on the Marshall Tucker Band, and at the same time, an album that you made 30 years ago.
There's a reason behind it, but we don't have all day. It's fun, and it gave me having the greatest hits. Normally, everybody puts the greatest hits out, and then they put it to bed, and then it's just out there to be sold. We didn't want that. We pulled it off 10 years ago. Recreated this new greatest hits based on the fans. They said, I want this on my greatest hits. And so we let them pick the songs out, and they picked up most of the ones that was on the first record, and we added 5 more to it that they wanted on their greatest hits record. And we got it together, and I was in the studio, and the guy said, yeah, don't you have some other stuff in the catalog? I said, there's like 40,000 different live things back there, but I pulled something out. I said, listen to this. I played him one song of that Doug Gray. We call it the Doug Gray thing because we never wanted to name it. It's called Soul of the South now, but I got to tell you, he heard it and he said, we're going to put this out together. And so we finished that one. This one wasn't touched. I just went in and shined it up a little bit, and they put it out as a package deal.
You put your arms around me, say you want me to. You love your defenses now, coming through, and I'm guilty. Can't see what I can't see. What I want, worship and redeem. We're just getting started.
This is so exciting because you didn't really go back in and do anything to it. It was the original recordings, and you turned down a major record deal back in the day to do what you were doing with the Marshall Tucker Band.
Didn't want to leave Marshall Tucker because that's where we started. That's what we were. In high school, we were bands that never wanted to leave the other band that you were with. A lot of people, I'm here today and I'm with somebody else tomorrow. Well, with me, I like the support of being able to reach out and touch that same person you've had for so long, or close your eyes and know that they're going to play that note at a certain time. And with the ability to do that, I wasn't about to leave the band to come out with something new. I just wanted that support of the real Marshall Tucker Band.
And you guys have been able to have, I mean, you've had huge, huge success. What do you think? Do you think a lot of that is from sticking together and going through the good and the bad? And
well, Marshall Tucker Band's original form lasted longer than most of my marriages. Okay?
So you're closer with the guys that you play music with, or no?
Yeah, well, you're close. You're close because, I mean, if you think about what keeps you strong and what keeps us out there is the memories that we created that first 9 years of our career of going out and slamming it down people's throat, that we were a bunch of guys that went to high school together, and you too can be that same person. You know, not because you're in high school, because we was lucky to get out, but just because we had a goal, be around as long as we could. And when we lost Tommy in 1980 to the car accident, that enabled Toy to not really feel very comfortable about being out there anymore. Toy was his brother, and then the guys just decided that, you know, we had 2 more records for Warner Brothers that we gave them, and it just wasn't the same anymore. But instead of waiting and taking time off, I come up and started hiring guys from Nashville.
this summer coming up? What's obviously these two releases are out and people can get them now, and you're going to definitely want to hear the Doug Gray Soul of the South. I think that's so cool too that you didn't do anything else to it from back when you first recorded it.
Well, it sounds like it was done in that period of time, 81. It sounds that way, synthesizers and the whole bit, and there was no reason to change. But this just in a month, we're going to Iraq to entertain the troops, and I was a sergeant in Vietnam, so I'm aware of what they're feeling and when their loneliness and stuff like that. So we're going over there to do that for a couple of weeks, and then we're coming back and doing our regular schedule, 140 shows a year.
While the Marshall Tucker Band was overseas performing for the troops, they put their tour trucks to good use, loaning them to groups helping the victims of the storms earlier this year. The rigs were loaded to the brim and delivered to those in the hardest hit areas. Hey, that's not all we have for you today on this very special Inside Music Row. We've got a look behind the scenes at one of the biggest music videos of the year. Don't go away, we'll be right back.